It's week 1 of the NFL, where division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Panthers and the Saints, next on EA Sports.
Let's do this, man.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and second in black and gold.
And Carr continues to produce good numbers on paper. He completed over 68% of his passes last season while also throwing 25 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. But as impressive as those numbers are, the numbers he's seeking, big numbers in the playoffs. And we expect him and his team to be back in the playoff mix when January rolls around.
There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Carr. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Gets this complete to Shaheed. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Young from the shotgun. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Young working out of the gun. Got a man, that's Leggett.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there. Get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick six. Young. That's to the rookie. It's Jatavian Sanders. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Looking to throw, Young. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A gain of 7. First down, Panthers.
A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here is Young. That one completes him again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Straight ahead with Hubbard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Young. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, Young from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
The Sanders has got it complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but now they need to run after it.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Young. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Young to throw it. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
To throw his Carr. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
To throw, it's Carr. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 9.
Here's Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing, Young. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Young now. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10.
At their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now Carr. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jadeveon Clowney. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8. And it sets up a 3rd and 15. Carr going to throw. Olave over the middle. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins. Devin Tompkins deep to return it.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
In motion left, that's Thielen.
Young.
He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard.
And he'll get this out to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Young.
Checks this down to Hubbard.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And this one taken in by Olave. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Kamara try the right side. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Throwing now is Carr. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
It gets this complete to Shaheed. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. They'll send a tight end in motion right. On play action, now Carr. Finds his man, that's Olave on the crossing route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Carr again. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cedric Wilson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way down to the 29. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. And look at that. I'd say somebody's already in mid-season form here in game number 1.
Doesn't need a whole lot of carries in the preseason, does he? He needs to get the ball when it counts. And when it does, he makes it count.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's Young off play action. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 36-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Carr now to throw. Going right back to Wilson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And less than a yard.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard.
Again, it's Carr. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the
Now Carr.
It's 2nd
He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taysom Hill, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Throwing, Young. Open man down the field. That's Ligon. Touchdown, Carolina. Xavier Legette with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass in the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year, because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Here's Carr to throw. Olave holds it in. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Short throw there, caught by Thomas. Able to slither by. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Looking to throw, Young. Throw right side, taken by Sanders. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Young off the play fake. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
A pickup of 2 yards. 1st down, Panthers.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. 3rd down, Young from the gun. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. A give to Kamara running right. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now Young. That's over the middle to his tight end Sanders. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Steelers who are out in front. George Pickens, a touchdown reception. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Rome Odunze, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And that one, all tied. For the Saints, this is why they signed him. They got a strong performance from their quarterback, Derek Carr. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. To throw, it's Carr. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
From the gun, it's Carr. He completes it to Olave. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's Carr. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr. That one out wide and intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Young to throw it. The lead in the and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Young to throw it. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the 1st down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense and Chris Olave getting set to take over once more. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Young will set to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Young now.
Got a man, that's Leggett.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And really burst onto the scene in his last year at South Carolina. 2nd in the SEC in receiving yards with 1,255. But you see the style, explosive, physical, tough matchup for any corner.
Now here's Young.
He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll throw again. Young.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. If they want a 1st, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Young working out of the gun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Johnny Hacker now
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Well, the home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Carr.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
3rd and 1.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw his Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Carr.
Olave over the middle.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Panthers.
Throwing now is Carr. On target over the middle to Hill. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Again, it's Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And the Panthers first down.
Here's Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. Throwing, Young. Wide open receiver, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounded, but it's second down. To throw, Young. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Panthers 20.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Carr going to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's Carr to throw. Little short pass here to Hill, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Carolina getting set to take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to throw, Young. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Young to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now Young. He'll drop that down to Hubbard. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
A gain of 12. First down, Carolina.
Young. That one complete to Ligon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard. Young will set to throw. He'll get this complete to Sanders, the tight end. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Young to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And he's got it. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Tommy Trimble, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The focus goes back to Chris Olave, the Saints offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
On play action, it's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 4. Now Carr. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Panthers offense had Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Now here's Young. That is caught by Thielen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Young now. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
Gain of 7. 1st down, Panthers.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Flushed out right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Right back to Hubbard. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Carr. He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. From the 35, here's second down and 1.
Brings up second and a yard.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. As Shaheed going to go in motion. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Gets around him, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Dumps it complete to Miller.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Carr now to throw. Out route to Hill, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. This is 1st and 10. They've got a first down in field goal range already. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. They run it again with Kamara. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is indeed good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So now Young and the Panthers down 34-31, a minute 12 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Young. That one complete to Leggett. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now Young. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Young. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Young to throw. This one into the hands of Thielen. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Throwing his car. Connecting with Hill. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. He's got his target. It's Olave. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That's Olave bringing in another one. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final try now for Carr. This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it, and this one's over. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division, you knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Panthers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.